Back to throw. And going deep for Hill. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 60 yards. And the Eagles get a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 39 yards. And the Dolphins have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this fourth quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting...
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. After the turnover, it's Tua. Rolling to his right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Smith, the man in motion left. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Now back to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Into the hands of Sanders. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
In motion left goes Smith. Back to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Looking for the end zone. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now they're going to go for two and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Elliott on for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one is right down the middle. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go